Hi, I'm Tom, and this is Adult Game Reviews. We're at the end of my completed games list, for this year anyway. There have been 3 parts, so it's very likely you get another one in the future. For all the people that are asking, I'm also doing a completed games list, but for non-VNs. That will be out next year. For the rest of this year, we have my top 10 games and community awards, so more to look forward to. I want to thank everyone for a great 2025. It's crazy to think that 3 years ago, I was very happy that I crossed 150 subscribers. Now the channel is at 92,000 and counting. I couldn't have done it without all my backers on Patreon and Subscribestar. They kept the channel running, especially during YouTube being punitive to my channel. I found out that my channel is classified as a horror channel.
That doesn't make sense.
I also want to thank everyone who has watched, liked, commented, and subscribed. I appreciate you all. If you haven't seen my first 2 completed games lists, you can check those out after this one. However, for anyone that wants to know where to get these games, I have public posts on my Patreon and Subscribestar with all the links. Okay, so if you see this symbol, then the game is on Steam. This one means it's on GOG. This one's on Patreon, and this one's on itch. If you don't see any, that means it's on all 4. As per usual, I'm not going to go through all of these very deeply just because there's a lot of them. Okay, let's get into part 3 of completed games. We have Come Home by RJ Rhodes. So Come Home isn't quite done yet as of this recording. The endings are scheduled to be released in the middle of January. I will have an update review at some point in the new year. Come Home is a very relationship-focused game with so many love interests. It is loved by so many, and I'm hoping for some satisfying endings. Next, we have Actual Roommates by Hanako X Games. This is a female MC and female-focused visual novel. Actual Roommates 2 was just announced, but the nice thing is Actual Roommates can be standalone, so I consider it complete. Moving on to Fate's Determination by X Games, the same developer as Shattered Minds. Fate's Determination was an interesting game, with some things being really interesting, like the story of a man gaining powers, to the dual storyline with the agents who hunt powered individuals. There are issues that held it back from being great, but I still think it's a pretty good story. Next, we have all the games by AGL Studios. They make live 2D games like Faulty Apprentice, Best Elf, and others. Best Elf was a short, self-contained tabletop RPG feeling adventure. I enjoyed Best Elf, but they seemingly have put a lot more effort into Faulty Apprentice, which is another good one. I personally love 2D animations. I think they look so good, but I just wish they weren't so difficult to work with so we'd get more games like that. Next is the Paradise games by Flexible Media. They are truly some of the best looking games out there. I love the visuals, the character models, and the setting. You just have to be okay with a bit of a grind. Either way, the Paradise games are just really well-made games. Moving on to Monster College by Monster Eye Games. I haven't finished Monster College, but I'll get there eventually. I was waiting for Monster Eye to put the last tweaks on Monster College because the last time I played it, I enjoyed it. A goofy story about going to a college with a bunch of different monsters. It was fun. Now, I'm just hoping it finished strong. Next, we have another collection of games, and that's all the games by Tora Productions. Tora Productions creates a lot more female-focused visual novels. I mean, there are too many to list, but everything from the Elsaverse stories, Keelyverse, Pandora, and more. They even have just some written stories as well, so I have no idea how to count all of these, but for all you female MC lovers, these are ones to check out. Next is Morningstar by Droid Productions, the same developer as Love of Magic. Morningstar was a good story. Now, there are mini games, but you can disable those. I debated having Morningstar on this list or my next one of non-VNs, but I think this can still fit. There is a lot of dialogue and story, and I enjoyed most of it. It's also pretty contained. It took me around 20 hours for one playthrough, so check it out if you haven't. Next is all the games by Deep Glugs. Deep Glugs is another developer that has short contained stories. He has games like Warlord, Tragedy of Medusa, and Muriel's Gambit. I played Warlord, and it was a pretty good story. The visuals were okay, and some of the animations were clunky, but the story was decent. However, I would wait for a sale personally. Next is all the games by Keys to My Lockhart, like Avalon, Over the Moon, and A Moment of Bliss. Lockhart, talk about a controversial figure. He has had his fair share of backlash, however, many people love his games. I'm personally still looking forward to the Judas Ghost finishing eventually. I'm crossing my fingers. And finally, we have my favorite game on the entire list, and that's Chasing Sunsets by Stone Fox Studios. You have to ignore the convoluted medical jargon and some plot holes, but Jay and Mallory are fantastic. Chasing Sunsets truly turned into one of the best games we have in the genre. I'm looking forward to seeing what Stone Fox has next for us. Okay, that's the list. I'm always adding completed games to my list, so I'm sure that I forgot some, and if so, put it down in the comments. I will definitely do more of these videos in the future. The next completed game list will be for non-VNs, so look out for that next year. I want to thank all my backers on Patreon and Subscribestar, and if you haven't seen my part 1 and 2 of this list, you can check them out right here. Thanks again. Until next time.